Do you ever feel like you're living in a lie? One day, she shows you an abundance of affection and discusses your future together, and the next, she behaves as though you do not exist. It's frustrating, isn't it? It's almost as if she's testing you by stepping back to see how you respond. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to talk about a topic that a lot of people find confusing. Why does she love you so much but ignore you so often? Have you experienced her words and actions conflicting? This video is for you. We'll look at the psychology behind this behavior and show you how to respond with the calm, unwavering resolve of a Stoic ready to break through the mixed signals. Let's begin. First, expectations are not matching up, hopes not being met. How come someone who loves you so much seems so far away and unresponsive at times? You might start to doubt her love or even your whole relationship. However, before you delve too deeply into your doubts, consider a possibility you might not have considered. The ways in which you both express your love could differ. A conflict of love languages. Let's assume that your love language is verbal affirmations, such as hearing her say, "I miss you," or receiving sweet messages throughout the day. These little check-ins make you feel connected and reassured. But her love language might be more about acts of service, like planning a thoughtful date, cooking your favorite meal, or doing something beneficial for you without expecting praise. Your love language might be different from hers. When your love languages don't align, it's easy to misinterpret her silence as neglect or indifference, when in reality she's simply speaking a different dialect of love. Let's say it's a typical day. You send her a good morning text, hoping for a cute reply, but hours go by with nothing. Meanwhile, she's at the grocery store picking up your favorite snacks for a movie night. She's planned for the weekend. In her mind, she's thinking about you all day, showing her affection through thoughtful gestures. But in your mind, her silence feels like a rejection. You're left feeling ignored, while she feels like she's expressing her love in a tangible, meaningful way. We often fall into the trap of expecting our partner to love us in the exact way we want. If you're someone who thrives on frequent communication, you might expect her to mirror that. But expectation is a double-edged sword. When she doesn't meet your exact needs, it's easy to feel unloved or ignored. This is where practicing Stoicism can change the game. Epictetus taught us. It's not things themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. Instead of interpreting her silence as disinterest, try to see it for what it really is, simply a different way of loving. Think of love languages as a bridge. You're standing on one side, speaking your language of verbal affirmations, while she's on the other side, showing love through actions. If neither of you is willing to cross the bridge, you'll stay disconnected. But if you both take a step toward each other, meeting halfway, you'll find a deeper understanding and connection. Next time she seems distant, instead of reacting with frustration, try a different approach. Ask her about her day and notice the little things she's done for you. Maybe she's been thinking about you all along, just not in the way you expected. Remember, relationships are about growth and understanding, not control or perfection. When you can embrace her love language instead of resisting it, you not only strengthen your bond, but also find a deeper sense of peace within yourself. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom in relationships. Pay attention to the things you can change about your own thoughts and actions, and let go of the need to change her into your ideal image. People today often put their own comfort and ease of access over the emotional work of building a real relationship. She might reach out to you when she's lonely, bored, or needs something, but when it's your turn to ask for her time, she suddenly becomes too busy or uninterested. Not always malicious, she may not be as invested as you are. She likes the attention and support you give her, but isn't willing to put in the work to build a real relationship with you. When she sent you a sweet message asking how your day was, you felt special and like she was genuinely interested in your life. But when you tried to make plans for the weekend, she either ignored your text or replied with something vague like, "I'll let you know," and never followed up. This cycle may have happened more than once. She's friendly and engaging when it suits her, but cold and distant when you need her to be consistent. It feels as though she is only partially committed, valuing your availability without truly investing in a deeper connection. Epicus gives you strong advice that you should not miss. Trying to convince her of your hard work and why she should reciprocate is a common mistake. You shouldn't try to convince her of your worth or why she should value the relationship. Instead, live your philosophy. Stick to your own rules. If her priorities don't match yours, show her that you respect yourself enough to walk away. This doesn't mean you have to be mean or cut her off without a reason. It just means being firm in your own values and choosing the type of relationship you want. If you want depth, consistency, and real effort, don't settle for someone who only gives you crumbs when it's convenient for them. Setting clear boundaries and avoiding a cycle of resentment or frustration is crucial when dealing with such situations. If she only reaches out on her terms and isn't willing to meet you halfway, it's time to have an honest conversation with yourself about what you're willing to accept. Focus on your own standards and adhere to them when you start living by your own philosophy, rather than trying to justify it. By demonstrating your unwillingness to settle for a relationship based solely on convenience, you send a clear message not only to her, but also to yourself. By embodying this value, you naturally filter out those who don't align with your vision of a healthy relationship. In the end, relationships are about more than just convenience. They're about showing up for each other, even when it's not easy or perfectly timed. If you find yourself in a situation where she only reaches out when it suits her, take a step back and reflect on what you truly want. Follow your morals. Remember what Epictetus said: set clear limits and have enough self-respect to leave if her actions don't fit with your idea of a positive relationship. Be the kind of person who values real connection over short-term convenience. When you live this way, you naturally attract partners who share your values and work as hard. That's the kind of relationship that's worth waiting for. Before we move on to the next point, let's take a moment to recognize that if you've ever been in a relationship where someone only values you when it's convenient for them, you're not alone. It's a tough realization, but it's also a chance to grow. Have you ever been in a relationship where you felt like a choice instead of a priority? Tell us about it in the comments, or just type, "I deserve consistency," if you're ready to put real connection over convenience. Your support and stories make a big difference. Number 3, test your tests. Commitment. This may sound like she's playing games, but it's not always the case. Many women, particularly those who have experienced past hurt, find solace in maintaining a slight distance. It's her way of testing to see if you're really invested or if you'll run away at the first sign of trouble. If you care, you'll stay consistent even when she's not giving you the attention you want. Consider the potential causes of her behavior before making hasty assumptions or becoming angry. Perhaps someone who promised to stay but left when things got tough has hurt her in the past. Or perhaps she's uncertain if your feelings are as strong as hers. When she harbors doubts, she may opt for a different approach instead of directly confronting you. She may choose to step back and observe your response. Will you alter your behavior once she demonstrates your concern, or will you also retreat, thereby reinforcing her fears? After a few months of a successful relationship, she suddenly begins to act distant. It seems like she's testing you, and in a way she is. She might be wondering, will he still be there if I stop putting in so much effort? Is his interest real, or is he just here for the easy way out? parts. She's not being quiet because she's bored. She's testing your commitment to staying with her even when things get tough in the relationship. In situations like these, it's easy to become agitated and bombard her with texts demanding an explanation or an answer. Quick Marcus Aurelius gives us a strong warning that we need to change how we act. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. This is still true even if she isn't your enemy. Instead of withdrawing like she does or getting angry, stay calm and sure that you will always be there for them. Adopting a specific behavior demonstrates to her your resilience to fluctuations and your commitment to long-term relationships. As she goes through this difficult time, consistency is best. Being there for her when things go wrong shows your love. No need to chase her or sacrifice your needs to show your love. It just means showing up in small, meaningful ways, like sending her a good morning message even if she hasn't been responding, or keeping up with plans without pressure or expectation. For example, if she hasn't been responding to your messages for a week and you're starting to feel down, don't pull away or question the relationship. Instead, stay consistent. Send her a message that says, "I've missed talking to you this week. I hope everything is okay. I'm here if you want to talk." Then, go about your day and focus on your own life, leaving the door open for her to reach out when she's ready. Your calm demeanor demonstrates to her that you're resilient to her challenges and that you're present out of genuine concern, not a constant need for reassurance. She's not trying to control you or play games. She's probably just feeling insecure and needs to feel safe. By staying calm, true to yourself, and patient, you show her that your love isn't based on temporary feelings or conditions. You also show her that you're here for the messy, complicated journey of building a relationship. If she values you, she'll see the strength in your patience and the security in your steady presence. When she's ready, she'll come back, not because you chased her, but because you showed her that you're the calm in the storm and the constant she's been looking for. Avoidance of vulnerability. Opening up emotionally can be a daunting task for many women. Whether it was betrayal, a breakup, or a painful disappointment that hurt her in the past, she may instinctively build walls to protect herself. If she ignores you, it's not because she's lost interest or stopped caring. It's a defense mechanism, a way of protecting her heart from possible pain. To comprehend her potential withdrawal, consider the reasons she might associate with past disappointments. Maybe she trusted someone who broke that trust when she needed them the most. Or maybe she shared her deepest fears and dreams with someone only to have that trust broken. These hurtful experiences leave scars that make being vulnerable feel terrifying. So when she starts to feel like opening up to you, her first instinct might be to pull away. She might be expressing her fear of retaliation by remaining silent. Recall a moment when you felt a deep connection with her and she divulged a personal story or a fear she's been suppressing. At that moment you felt closer than ever, but then something changed. She stopped responding as quickly or seemed less interested in connecting. She doesn't feel guilty about opening up, but now she's grappling with the fear that accompanies visibility. Being vulnerable for her equates to sharing a small part of her heart, a concept she's still learning to navigate. During these times, it's straightforward to get angry or upset about her withdrawal. You might wonder why she's blocking you out when all you want to do is get closer. But Epictetus has wise advice. First, think about what kind of partner you want to be. Do you want to be the kind who demands constant openness, or the kind who creates a safe, supportive space where she feels free to lower her guard on her own terms, rather than pushing her to be vulnerable or questioning her silence? Show her through your actions that you're not here to rush her healing or force her to face her feelings. You're here to listen, understand, and support her, even if it takes her a while to fully trust you. Don't try to fix her or solve her emotional problems. Focus on keeping your own peace, doing things that make you content and fulfilled, and building your own life outside of the relationship. This will help you stay balanced and show her that you're safe enough to give her space without worrying about your own safety. As Seneca said, if a man doesn't know to which port he sails, no wind is favorable in relationships. Knowing what kind of partner you want and acting accordingly is crucial. If you want to be a supportive, understanding partner, then practice patience even when it's hard, accept that vulnerability takes time, especially for someone who has been hurt before. Embrace the uncertainty and trust that if your bond is real, it will withstand the periods of silence and distance. So the next time she seems distant, don't take it personally. Don't rush to fix or change the situation. Instead, be the calm in her storm. Show her that you're not afraid of her walls and that you're willing to stay patiently waiting until she feels safe enough to let you in. This kind of love of steady, patient and grounded is the kind that breaks through even the toughest defenses, and when she finally does open up, it will be because she knows she's found a partner who doesn't just want access to her heart, but is willing to earn it slowly and respectfully. If this resonates with you, remember that your experiences matter too. We all have moments when we felt that pull back, that sudden silence that left us questioning what went wrong, but it's in these vulnerable spaces that true understanding and connection can flourish. Has this happened to you before? Have you felt her distance, or have you been the one putting up walls? Let's help each other get through these emotional waters by sharing our stories in the comments below. Your words could be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Number 5. How the push-pull, the pull-push dynamic emotions, especially intense and all-consuming. Ones can be overwhelming. The deeper a woman falls in love, the more she needs to step back and gather her thoughts. It's not because they don't want the relationship, but rather because their feelings are so intense that they require time to reflect and ensure they're not losing themselves. It's like standing on the edge of a cliff and looking down at the unknown depths below. It's exciting and a little scary. Imagine you and your partner just had a wonderful weekend together. There was a close connection that seemed unbreakable, but as the week started, she suddenly pulled away. She texts less often, and when she does, her responses are short and unenthusiastic. You start to worry that you scared her away, but what's really happening is that she's overwhelmed by the strength of the connection and needs time to think about how she's feeling. This is the moment when Stoic wisdom can assist you in navigating the uncertainty. Someone once said, "The power of the mind is unconquerable." This means that other people's feelings shouldn't affect your peace of mind or sense of self. If she pulls away, it might make you feel insecure, but this is a chance to build up your own inner strength. Instead of reacting with fear or anxiety, use this time to focus on yourself, calming your emotions and finding stability in your relationships. Just like the ocean has tides that come in and out, bringing times of intense closeness and times of distance, the key is not to panic during the low tide. Marcus Aurelius tells us to accept whatever comes our way because it is part of our plan. Embrace the push-pull dynamic as part of the natural rhythm of your relationship instead of trying to control or resist it. Flow with it, trusting that what's meant to be will unfold in its own time. When she pulls back, don't let it destabilize you. Understand that her need for space is a reflection of her own emotional process, not a rejection of you. Trust that if the connection is real, she'll come back when she's ready, and your calm, steady presence will make her feel even more secure. This is the essence of Stoic love, providing a safe harbor without demanding immediate answers or forcing vulnerability. In the end, your ability to stay centered, even when she's pushing and pulling, is what will strengthen the bond between you. Be the calm, steady force she can rely on, not just when things are easy, But when the emotional tides shift, that's the kind of presence that turns a fleeting romance into a lasting partnership. And when she does return, she'll come back, not because you chased her, but because she felt your unwavering strength and realized that she's found something rare, a love that's rooted in patience, respect, and the power of an unconquerable mind. Number 6. Fear of losing. Fear of giving up their freedom. For many women who are independent, love can be both beautiful and scary. Coming closer to you makes them want to protect their identity. It's a paradox that can make you feel forgotten when she's just trying to avoid giving up her freedom. Let's break this down. Imagine a woman who has spent years building her own life, including her career, hobbies, and group of friends. She is accustomed to independently setting her own schedule and making decisions without seeking assistance from others. Falling in love with you might be exciting for her, but it also brings up a deep-seated fear of becoming dependent on you or losing her independence. It's not that she loves you less. It's that the strength of her feelings for you makes her naturally want space, ignoring you and pulling away. She creates a barrier between herself and you to maintain control over her life. Consider a time when she was fully engaged, sending you heartfelt messages, making plans, and demonstrating affection. However, she suddenly appeared to be less interested in spending time with you. Maybe she stopped texting as often, or seemed less eager to make plans. People might see this change as a sign that her feelings have faded, but she could actually be struggling with a loss of her own independence. For example, if she used to spend the weekends alone or with friends, and now she spends all of her time with you, it can feel like her life is changing too quickly. The reason she's avoiding you isn't to push you away, it's to get herself back together. Someone once said that luck is what happens when chance and preparation meet. The same rule applies here. Instead of feeling insecure or trying to close the gap right away, see this as a chance to improve your patience and self-control. It's not about playing games or purposely putting distance between you two. It's about respecting her need for independence and showing her that you are confident in yourself. Taking a stoic stance means focusing on what you can control, like your own reaction and growth, instead of trying to control what she does. The worst thing you can do when she pulls away is, instead of chasing her around or asking her over and over, "Why are you ignoring me?" Take a deep breath and enjoy the moment for what it is, a chance to grow as a person. Do the things you enjoy, get back in touch with old friends, and keep your mind on your own goals. This shows that you value your independence as much as she does hers, not that you don't care about her. When she sees that you're not rushing or demanding her attention, it will only make her trust you more. By letting her stay independent, you give the relationship room to breathe and grow naturally. That way, when she comes back, it will be out of genuine desire and appreciation for the space you've given her. While she takes time to reconnect with herself, do something you enjoy, like going to the gym, working on a personal project, or hanging out with friends. Display a successful life outside of the relationship. When she sees that you're content on your own, it reassures her that she can have both love and freedom without giving up one for the other. The next time she appears distant, avoid making hasty assumptions or allowing fear to dictate your behavior. Respect that she might be ignoring you as a way to keep a part of herself safe. Give her space and use this time to work on your own growth. By doing this, you not only honor her need for independence, but you also boost your own self-worth. That's the kind of confidence that will bring her back, not because she needs you, but because she chooses you, because she knows you understand the delicate dance of love and freedom. Now let's look at the next reason she might be pulling away. Please help me by clicking the like button below if you like what you've seen so far. This will help the channel grow and reach more people who might need this message. Also, let me know what you think by leaving a comment below. Have you ever felt closer to someone after giving them space? Tell us about it in the comments or just type it out. If you're ready to take a serious stance, my strength is patience. Engagement plays a significant role in your relationships. 7. Struggling with inner battles. Sometimes the person you care about the most is facing a challenging situation that you may not be able to see. If she ignores you, it's not because she doesn't love you, it's because she's trying to stay afloat while dealing with personal problems she may not be ready to talk about. This isn't rejection, it's survival. We often assume that love means constant communication and sharing everything, but for many people, especially when they're facing personal issues like stress, family problems, or deep-rooted self-doubt, silence becomes a shield. It's her way of protecting you from her own chaos, or simply a coping mechanism to sort through her thoughts without the added pressure of explaining herself. Think of a time when she was completely engaged, always checking in with you, making plans, and showing you affection. Then, out of nowhere, she seems to pull back. Perhaps she is coping with a stressful situation at work or experiencing tension in her family, or she may be grappling with her own self-esteem or anxiety, which makes it difficult for her to connect emotionally during these moments. Her mind is like a battlefield, and the last thing she can handle is the added responsibility of reassuring you when she's struggling to reassure herself. Instead of withdrawing out of frustration, consider investing in your own personal growth. You could start a new project, go to the gym more often, or spend time with friends you haven't seen in a while. This isn't about ignoring her or acting like you don't care. It's about taking care of your own happiness and life, so that when she's ready to come back, you're still the strong, supportive partner she fell in love with. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." The stories you tell yourself about her silence, that she's losing interest or that she's trying to push you away, are probably much worse than what she's really going through. The truth is that she might be overwhelmed, anxious, or just needing time to sort through her own feelings. Your job isn't to solve her problems or make her get answers. It's to be there for her in silence and understanding, knowing that she'll come back when she's ready. Every relationship has close and distant times. The important thing is not to stress out when things aren't going well. Instead, use the Stoic concept of acceptance. According to Marcus Aurelius, accepting whatever comes your way is fate and will benefit you. That's okay. This short-term separation is just the way things work in your relationship. Use it as a chance to get better at being patient, understanding, and emotionally mature. When she pulls away, don't let it throw you off. Her silence could mean she's dealing with something bigger than you can see. Trust that your love is strong enough that a few moments of distance won't break it. Approaching her silence with the calm, steady strength of a Stoic not only gives her the space she needs to heal, but also demonstrates to her that your love is a safe harbor, unshaken by the passing storm. This kind of unwavering support based on inner strength and understanding is what makes a bond last. So when her personal problems pull her away, don't rush to get her back. Instead, stand firm, be patient, and work on your own growth. If she truly loves you, she will return not because she is obligated to, but because she feels secure and protected in your presence. This is the kind of love that endures. 8th, the fear of loss is worse than any storm. People who are accustomed to managing their emotions may experience anxiety when they experience love. It can feel like jumping into a strong current that pulls them deeper than they thought. It's exciting, but it can also be scary. When her feelings get the best of her, she retreats, ignoring you, not because she doesn't care, but because she's trying to regain her emotional equilibrium. Let's consider why she might feel the need to ignore you in the first place, especially if she values control and self-sufficiency. She may experience intense feelings that make her feel vulnerable and exposed. She may perceive the depth of her connection with you as a threat to her sense of control, a momentary escape to process her feelings without the added pressure of your expectations or the intensity of the relationship. Reacting out of fear or security is the worst thing you can do when she withdraws. If you start chasing her, demanding to know what's wrong, you might inadvertently reinforce her fear that she's losing control of the situation. Instead, take a step back, give her the space she's seeking, and focus on maintaining your own sense of peace and self-esteem. Worth a calm, reassuring message. Like, I noticed you've been a bit quiet. Just wanted you to know I'm here if you need. I've noticed that you've been a bit quiet, and I just wanted you to know that I'm here if you need me. Out the ups and downs of emotions together. There will be times when she retreats into silence out of fear of losing control, but that's not a sign of how valuable you are. It's a sign that she's trying to make sense of her own feelings and the intensity of the connection. It's not your job to chase her or demand answers. Being stoic and demonstrating your ability to manage your own emotions demonstrates to her that you remain unaffected by her temporary withdrawal. You serve as a solid foundation for her, a constant presence that remains unwavering even when her emotions collide with you. And when she finally feels stable enough to open up again, she'll know she's found a partner who isn't afraid of deep connection, a partner who meets her fear with calm, her uncertainty with patience, and her silence with understanding. That's the kind of love that isn't based on temporary moments or convenience, but on a deep, unshakable foundation of mutual respect and emotional strength. Number 9. The harsh truth is, there is a noticeable absence of genuine interest. This is the tough truth that no one wants to talk about. You have to face the fact that her silence could mean that she doesn't care about you. Her growing distance could mean something painful. You've tried to make sense of her behavior by telling yourself that she's just busy, stressed, or needs time to think, but deep down you know that her interest isn't what it used to be. It's challenging to accept, but sometimes her withdrawal means that her feelings have changed, and she's starting to think about other options. As hard as it is to face this truth, it's also a chance for you to take a step back, breathe, and reevaluate your relationship with clarity and honesty. You need to be able to tell the difference between what she says and what she does. There are many reasons why she may lose interest in you. It could be that the initial spark has died down. She's realized that the relationship isn't meeting her needs the way she thought it would. She's met someone new who interests her, or she's just not feeling the same emotional connection she did before. Whatever the reason, she responds less often. She texts less often and doesn't seem as eager to spend time with you. It's like she's mentally drifting away, even if she hasn't said it out loud yet. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism comes in handy. Marcus Aurelius said that the color of your thinking sets the color of your soul. You might start to doubt your worth and wonder what you did wrong or why you weren't enough for her if you let her lack of interest affect how you think about yourself. But the truth is that her changing feelings don't show how valuable you are. People grow, change, and sometimes drift apart. That's just how life and relationships work. Instead of letting her lack of interest affect how you think about yourself, use this time to remind yourself of how valuable you are. Remember what you stand for, what you're talented at, and what you bring to the table. If she's losing interest, it's not because you're not valuable. It's because the connection isn't working anymore. Your dignity lies in realizing this and choosing to move on with grace, instead of holding on to something that doesn't serve you. Accepting that she's not interested without trying to force things demonstrates a deep inner strength. Instead of whether someone chooses you, you show your worth by how you respond, your standards, and how you move forward with dignity. When you stop clinging to something that's slipping away, you free yourself to find a connection that's real and mutual. You become someone who doesn't settle for fake interest, but instead wants love that's real and committed. That's the kind of love story that's worth waiting for. One based on shared values, mutual respect, and a deep, unwavering connection. Accept her distance as proof that she's not interested and move on, knowing that you deserve someone who's as invested in the relationship as you are. Trust that by letting go, you're making room for something much more in line with the kind of relationship you really want. I understand that we have discussed numerous topics today. In the end, while some of this may have been difficult to hear, remember that these concepts aim to enhance your understanding of your relationships and guide you towards making decisions that enhance your self-worth. Stoicism teaches us that we can change our reactions, but not others. So, if any of these situations sound familiar, consider stepping back and focus on your own growth. Leave an affirmation in the comments to show you want to take care of yourself. If you liked this video, please click the like button and share it with someone who might benefit from hearing these words. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more uplifting content. Remember that you deserve someone who values you as much as you value them. Don't give up, and I'll see you in the next film.